Okay, I'm sharing my board. So this is visible. Visible. So now see, uh, till now we can discuss about DFS, then BFS, then inform cost search, then iterative deeping search, and one search is, I can forget, DFS, BFS, UCS, IDS, and depth limit search. These all are belong to the uninformed uninformed search. So here there is a one advantage of this one. So we can say that there is no knowledge about. So we can write this man that means no knowledge about, no knowledge about, no knowledge about the goal state. There is a no knowledge about the goal state. Okay, in that search. So now see, so no knowledge about, but here we have a knowledge about. So here we have a knowledge about how to traverse. Here we knowledge about how to traverse. Suppose tree graph is given. So this is a tree graph is given like this one. Okay. So we know how can travel. Suppose I can go for the BFS, then I can explore each and every level. I can explore each and every level one by one using the Q data structure. Okay. So we are using the Q data structure. Suppose same thing is given, and suppose like this one. So suppose I can apply the BFS, sorry, DFS, then I can explore with this one, like the depth. Okay, I can explore with the left hand side. After getting not that, I can again explore and this way. And we can apply the inform cost search. Then what we have to do, we can go for the lowest cost. So this tree is given like this one, not a tree structure. It may be like this one also, this one also, this is also like this one. Okay, so we can search on the tree space, so that's why you can take a tree space. So we can graph is given like this one also. So this is also, we can apply here DFS, we can apply here BFS, we can apply here UCS, we can apply your IDS, we can apply here TLS. The all 5 properties we can apply on this graph also. Okay, not like a tree search graph all the time, not at given a tree graph, all the edges and node connected. Okay, so suppose then UCS, what we have to do in UCS, each edge having the cost, that means 2 1 4 2 1 3 4 1. So that is the, this edge cost is called as the weight. Okay, sometimes it is called as a weight. So we can call as a weight. Okay, so edge weight and edge cost sometimes is called as a edge cost also. So you see, yes, those edge cost is a minimum, then it can be explored. Maximum we can left out. Then depth limit search, same as a DFS, but we have to limit the depth. Suppose I have a tree of the depth of 4. Okay, I have a tree of depth of 4, but I can limit the depth up to 3. So I have to search within, we can apply the brute force technique, that means the DFS within a third limit. Okay, not up to the 4 last, only 3 limits. So at the last, iterative deeping search. So what we have to do here, we can apply the concept of both BFS and DFS. We can apply the concept of both DFS and BFS. That means what we have to do, first we have to explore one node, then after exploring each and every node, then we have to move that one. So first we apply the BFS, then go for the DFS, then apply the BFS and DFS. So here, how can judge these five properties are based on performance? So we discuss here completeness, we can discuss here time complexity, we can discuss here space complexity, here we can discuss here optimal or not. Okay, in AI, we can performance can be judged in the four quality: completeness, time complexity, space complexity, and optimal. Okay, these four are very important. Whenever we discuss about any algorithm part, so these four we can discuss. Like this algorithm is complete or not. This algorithm is what is the time complexity of this, what is the space complexity, and this algorithm is optimal or not. Okay, so these things we can discuss in the last week. Okay, so in BFS, we can complete water check problem in the lab, and today in the lab, we can complete DFS. So that's why I'm telling you, please go through the code of the DFS and BFS. Okay, so that is important. Okay, water check problem, because we can apply the DFS and BFS, and then some conditions. So we can move for the next topic, that means informed search. Okay, so in informed search, we have a knowledge about. Okay, we have a knowledge about the goal state. Goal state. So here we have a knowledge about the goal state. At least some knowledge about the goal state. That is the best example of the Google Map. Okay, in informed search, the best example is the Google Map. You know the initial position and we know the destination address. On the basis of we have performed the search. The direction is given. We can choose which direction is best for reaching that position. So we can search on the basis of the traffic. We can search on the basis of time. That given a time factor, now traffic factor. There is a on other one, the distance factor, how much the distance there is from the initial state to the final state. So in informed search, so here the knowledge about the goal state. So goal state in goal state, but here we can use to achieve the optimal solution using the heuristic. Okay, so basically heuristic meaning is that the approach to finding out the solution. The meaning of heuristic is that the approach to find out the solution. But there is no guarantee all the time heuristics can give the optimal solution. Okay, so do you know the optimal solution? So that means the shortest path. Okay, the heuristic have a guarantee you can get a path, you can achieve the goal within a time, but there is no guarantee that this whatever I can achieving the goal, that is the best. Okay, that is the meaning of the heuristic. That means search technique to apply the minimum cost, all the things. So this is the English meaning of the heuristic. Basically, in the examination, they will ask you what is the definition of a heuristic and what is the use. If heuristics can give the optimal solution all the time, you can get a solution using the heuristic all the time. So we can get a solution all the time within a given time period, but there is no guarantee we can get the optimal solution. Okay, heuristics are different situation. Suppose if a heuristic is good, there is a chance of getting the good solution. If a heuristic is bad, then there is a chance of getting the not a good solution. Now, question is that then how can calculate the heuristics? Okay, so on the basis of which we can told you that the heuristic is good or heuristic is bad. Okay, so now in mathematics we can learn too many algorithms like finding out the distance between 2 points, Euclidean distance. Okay, distance formula. So we can calculate a distance using this formula. That means heuristic can be calculated using this formula, like a Euclidean method, like a distance between the 2 points, like a slope. We can calculating coordinate geometry can apply. But in question in AI, heuristic is given. Okay, suppose now see, like suppose I can search. So when we can introduce the informed search, we can introduce the path cost and heuristic both. But uninformed search, we cannot introduce the path cost. You do understand ना? हम लोगों ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था क्या पाथ कॉस्ट को? अनइन्फॉर्म सर्च में हमने पाथ कॉस्ट को देखिए, जब हम बात कर रहे हैं अनइन्फॉर्म सर्च. ओके, so here like the graph is given like this one. So here the graph is given like this one also, your graph is given like this one also. Okay, this is the possibility na, the graph is given like this one and graph is given without the weight size. Okay, so now see the graph is given this one. Okay, so here we have to achieve this goal only, but we did not calculate the path cost. But sometimes the path cost is given, and sorry, path cost is given, then we can achieve the goal. Okay, but in inform sir, there is a mandate to give the path cost. Okay, so in this graph is given like this one. Okay, suppose this is given A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So now see, and here like this one given like 8, 1, 2, 2, 1, 5, 1, 3. Okay, now suppose my this is the initial state. This might the initial state where the arrow indicate that the initial state all the time. So you can, I think we already study about the TOC and compiler. So arrow indicate that that is the initial state. And suppose this one is your final state, goal state. This one is the goal state. So now here in this picture, we have to given that there is a one initial state and there is a one final state. That means there is a guarantee that is the initial state and final state. But uninformed search, there is no guarantee of getting the final state. Okay, we can search that goal is present or not. Suppose same graph, for our understanding, we can see that this is goal. But when we can go for, suppose we can reach the unknown places and we can search the address, then we cannot using the Google map, then we have to try the brute and force technique. Okay, we can go for this road, we can go for this road, we can go for this road. If you are achieving, that is good. If you're not achieving, then again searching from that place. Same like, but in here we have no, this is the A is the initial state and this is the goal state. But on informed search, we have only knowledge about the initial state where we have to start. Yes, you know. Okay. So here the past cost is given, and now here the heuristic is given. Suppose like A heuristic is given like a 5, B heuristic is given like a 9, C heuristic is given like a 4, 5. So D heuristic is given like a 4, E heuristic is given like a 2, F heuristic is given like 1, and goal heuristic is given like a 0. So always goal heuristic is 0. Okay, point to remember, always goal heuristic is 0, and we can represent as a heuristic as a h, a small h. Okay, so we can write a heuristic HURS, sorry, not HURIST लिखते हैं इसको, HEURIST, heuristic. Okay, it is represented as a small h of n. That means heuristic value of node, h of n, heuristic value of node. Now see here, heuristic value of A, that means h of A is given. That means h of B is given, h of E is given, h of D is given, h of E is given, h of F is given, h of G is given, like this way. Okay, so now this heuristic is given by the examiner, given by the exam, given by the algorithm where we have to search. So we not create the heuristic. Okay, heuristic is given. So we can learn how to calculate the heuristic, what is the use, how can use in the path cost. We can later we can see that all the things, but these are the heuristic. And these heuristic can be calculated using like a Euclidean method, like a distance formula. So this heuristic may be calculated as like a distance formula or Euclidean method like this. So what is the distance formula? Suppose some point is there and this point is there, so we can creating x2 minus x1 whole square plus y1 y2 minus y1 whole square, like this. This is a possibility, right? This way we can calculate the distance formula between 2 points. Yes. So these already given by the examiner or given by the exam question paper. Okay, like heuristic values even. On the basis of this cost and heuristic, we have to search our goal state. Okay, so that is the informed search where heuristic value is given. So now see, so before starting informed search, so we have to go search like in informed search which algorithm we are going to study. So basically we can draw like this one, informed search. Now see, so question is that next question will arise where we can apply what I can say, uninformed search, and where we can apply informed search. That is the two things. Okay. Now see, when data is very small, that means we have to know, okay, this is the finite tree and we can search within that one. So we did not go for the informed search, because where we can require the heuristic value, we can require the path cost. Then we have to reach the goal. But you're in a small space. Suppose I want to search like a treasure hunt game, okay, within a campus. Within a campus, we can play the treasure hunt game. That means we can define the boundary of a campus, we can hide the clue, then we can search. That means we can train a brute and force on informed search. So we can know if this is the initial state, your time will be a start, we can moving, roaming around the whole the campus. So that is the example of the uninformed search. Okay, that means if area is small, then go for the uninformed search. That is good. Don't worry about the time complexity in first one. It will be little bit small comparison to informed search. Suppose your data is very huge, then that case we can go for the informed search. Like world, we can go for the informed search. Suppose if I want to visit some place for the tourist place, then what we have to search? Search on the internet, na? Where I can start, where I can end, where I can follow this path, where I can follow the bus, where I can stay, where I can take a breakfast. So these all are the informations belong to the informed search. That means in our daily life scenario, we can try go for the informed search. No. Suppose I want to go to the bus stop, so I can follow only one path. You cannot hit and try. You daily can hit and try to catch the bus. No, not possible नहीं है ना. So ये होता है हमारे रियल लाइफ से. यूनिफॉर्म सर्च को हमारा जब पूरे चीज़ों को हमें एक्सप्लोर करना है, ओके, लार्ज स्केल पे, तब हम इन्फॉर्म सर्च की जाते हैं. अब बताओ, मान लो कि इफ यू वांट टू गो टू द बिहार, suppose you first time you're visiting the Bihar, then you can apply brute force technique or informed search. Informed search, na? Not now you can, suppose my place is Ara, then you can go for first Gaya, then Bhagalpur, then you realize no, Ara is this side, then go, no, informed search. So this way, for the large data set, we can apply the informed search. For the small data set, so a small data set, but one condition finite. Okay, otherwise it will be the not we are getting the goal. That is a possibility. So we can play the treasure hunt. There is a possibility to get a solution, na? That not optimal but complete, na? Yes or no? So if comparison the treasure hunting game with the uninformed search, that is not optimal but complete. Okay, so in informed search we can apply on the large database. So basically they will ask you where we can apply informed search or where you can apply the uninformed search. So these are the interview questions if you are sitting for the AI interview. So in informed search, we are going to study about, pen is not working. So we can going to study about the pure heuristic value, then best first search, then A star algorithm, then A graph search. These 4-5 algorithm we are going to study. 4 algorithm. Okay, then we can search A star on O star. It's not working. Huh? Yeah, working. So what we have to do? So first we are going to do about the pure heuristic. Pure heuristic, then best first search, that is called the greedy also. Then we are going to study about A star. So now it's not a breadth first search. This is not a breadth first search. This is the best first search. B is the best first search. Okay, this full form is the best first search, and the previous one breadth first search. So don't be confused. Don't apply the concept of BFS is here. Okay, it's not possible. Okay. So anyone doubt till now? Online? Okay, now see. So in pure heuristic, what we have to perform? Okay. So in heuristic function, we can say that h of n, that is belong to the heuristic function. So this is the simple search. Okay, there are heuristic values given. So we can create open. Now in heuristic, now see here, we can use the some two terminology. like a closed and open. So here closed and open. Till now we cannot talking about the closed and open. Yes, you know. We can talking about the data structure like a stack and queue. And there we can pop and push. Yes or no? Uninformed search, we can perform only push and pop operation, like a stack and queue on the basis of. Here we can introduce two terms, closed and open. So now see, what is the meaning of closed? Suppose this is the one graph is given like this one. This is the one graph. Okay. So this understand the meaning of the closed and open. E, F, G. So first time, every node which are not explored is treated as a open. That means is this graph A is open, B is open, C is open, D, E, F, and G is open. Okay. First, if I explore this one, now here I can explore A. After exploring A, this is not a open, not a close. I can explore A. Now, next is B and C. So it can be again explore. Now see, how to close that one. Suppose I can move towards C. Then that scenario, B is going to be closed. So in that scenario, in what happened in a uninformed search, what you have to do? Just we can left out and pop out, or yeah, replace it, or we go for queue and stack. Okay, then delete that one. But here, what we happen? We can block that place. That means close. We need not be explored. So we suppose I can explore in the side of C. I can close this B. So this one is the close. So I can put close. There means we cannot going to explore D. We are not going to explore E. So again, we can chance of open of F and Z. Suppose I can explore F. So open F, then G will be closed. Understand the open and closed meaning? Those node we are not visited again, that means put in the close. And those we can visit, we can open for the place. So that means the open, that means the pathway. Suppose I can reach one place. After that, I can reach one place. After that, I can reach one place. After that, reach again on place and visit the goal. And other place you cannot visit. So that is the, no, understand now. Suppose I want to reach from the Star Agency to the Marwadi College. So different route places are there. Possible. But all the route are closed. For me, I can follow only one route. So that is the example. Okay. We cannot visit all the route. We can visit only one the route. And we can calculate the path. See how much cost I can get. Okay. So these are the pure heuristic algorithm where you can follow the open and closed path. So when we search for the BFS, that means the best first search, we can go for the A-style algorithm. Then we can apply the concept of open and search. Sorry, open and closed. Because these all are belong to the heuristics. Okay. So this part is clear. So when we can go for the closed list, that means we can go for A, B, suppose ACF. Okay. So we can explore all the things that we have to pack this part. That means we have to not be explored again. So those nodes we cannot explore further. That is a part of the closed. And those nodes we can explore further. That is a part of the open. So suppose an ACF, our the path we can explore and we can follow that one. That means at the last stage, we can say that ACF is a closed path. Okay. Others are already closed, but ACF is the closed path there we can follow that one. Is it clear? So these are the closed and open path for the heuristic function we can use in the BFS and A-star algorithm. Okay. So in BFS, I'm talking about in BFS. In BFS is called as also a greedy algorithm. Greedy. So anyone can explain the meaning of greedy and why it is called greedy? Yes, Sagar, completeness of uniform search. So completeness, that means we can get a solution. There is a guarantee of getting a solution. So informed search have very different technique. Na? UCS, we already discussed in the first starting point. Now this one. Now see. So here BFS, DFS, UCS, IDS, and DLS. Okay, These are the discuss, and we can find out that DFS is not a complete, not a optimal. BFS is complete and optimal. Okay, so these things already discussed, Sagar. Completeness of informed search, uninformed search. Sagar,
Yes, sir. If I
yeah, we
was not
already.
talking about the uniform, it's like we have discussed now, informed and uninformed.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was talking about that.
Okay,
Not
no,
really.
what is your question? Can you explain, elaborate? I did not understand.
We are learning now informed search and
Yeah, informed
uninformed
search.
search.
Informed search.
Yes. So what
So
about
I,
complete?
I need to explain informed search with the example comparison of informed search and uninformed search. So I can dealing with the informed search with the comparison of uninformed search. Okay.
Okay.
So now see this one. Yeah. So why BFS greedy? What is the meaning of the greedy? And where we can apply the greedy algorithm? Because you already completed the DA. Yeah, DA already completed na? The design and analysis of algorithm. So anyone can explain what is the meaning of greedy and where we can apply the greedy algorithm? Or inside greedy algorithm, which algorithms comes? Yeah, online. No idea.
Sir, in the greedy algorithm, we
Hmm.
are greedy about something like if we are greedy about the uh, shortest path or what
Yes.
we can,
Huh.
uh,
Yeah, correct.
so we will go for that. And if we are greedy about low minimum cost,
Hmm.
so we will go towards that. Like we are greedy, we are focusing on something, so we are greedy about that.
Yes, correct. Now see, in greedy, that is the meaning of greedy. We can want to be greedy. That means आप किसी भी चीज के लिए best चाहते हो. That is the human nature. If you, I want to become a rich, that is my greed. Okay. So same like in algorithm, and each and every step we can find out the optimal solution. We can try. This is of optimal solution. No, we can explore again. This one is the optimal solution. No, again explore. So that is the greedy algorithm. Now see, we can discuss about divide and conquer in DA. We can discuss about the greedy algorithm. We can discuss about the dynamic programming. These three algorithms we can discuss now in a DA. These are very important. Okay, DA all over we can apply, all over apply. You can apply in AI, you can apply in ML. Okay, so DA is very important, and all the programs related to the DA is similar to the this one AI also. Now see, in greedy algorithm, what we have to do, each and every step we can search that we can reach our optimal goal or not. If not reach, then further explore. Okay, that is the example of greedy. Same, suppose I'm talking about the divide and conquer. Okay, so I'm talking about the dynamic programming. So divide and conquer, where we can apply, there is a no relation between the, suppose there is a one array is given, suppose there is a one problem, and we can divide. Okay, each and every problem we can divide. Okay, suppose we are using the greedy algorithm, suppose you are using the divide and conquer, suppose you are using a dynamic, all the algorithm we can divide, and then we can approach that one. So divide and conquer algorithm, where we can apply, we can divide the algorithm, there is a no relation between two sub problems, then we apply divide and conquer. If you want to each and every step as the optimal solution, then go for the greedy algorithm. And dynamic programming, there is a relation between sub problem 1 and sub problem 2, then apply dynamic programming. So there is a difference. Basically, these are the interview questions. They will ask you where we can apply divide and conquer, where we can apply greedy algorithm, where we can apply dynamic search. Okay. So best first greedy algorithm, basically we can go for the fractional knapsack. Yes or no? Fractional knapsack comes under the greedy algorithm, because all the time you can comparison, a bag is given, then weight is given, and you can find out the bag, whatever the filling the bag, that is optimal solution or not, all the time, all the stays. Then MST, minimum spanning tree, all the time find out the minimum cost from starting to the goal state, MST. So that is the greedy algorithm. This is correct, na? Disaster algorithm, all the time find out from a single source to the destination using a single path sort, shortest path search. That is the greedy algorithm. Prism algorithm. These are all the greedy algorithm. Okay. So best first search, what is given like that one? Not a breadth first search. This one is a best first search. That is greedy algorithm. This is a combination of both DFS and BFS. Okay, this is the combination of both DFS and BFS. So basically, we can say that this is the combination of, that means the combo of DFS plus BFS. Okay, this is the combo of DFS and BFS. So basically, we can apply the vertex-based technique and find out the shortest path. So while DFS using, we can go for the stack data structure. While BFS using, we can go for the queue data structure and find out the shortest path. Okay, so this way we can find the shortest path. So those nodes which are the closest to the goal node, we can expand and find out the best solution. Now see, how can expand? So if you want to expand with the BFS, then go for the BFS. If you want to go for the DFS, we can go for the DFS. Okay, so both technique we can use. Now suppose this one, like this one is the given. Okay, now see. So this tree is given A, P, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Basically, we can apply the BFS. Okay. Basically, we can apply the DFS also, but what happened, we can always backtracking all the time. Automatically, time complexity will be increases, and there is no guarantee for getting the optimal solution or completeness. So we can avoid to apply the BFS. Okay. So what happened? So we can go for the BFS. At least there is a one chance to get a complete solution. There is a chance of not getting the complete solution. Okay, but there is no chance of the getting the optimal solution. When we can apply the BFS on best first search, then there is chance of getting the complete solution, but there is not a chance of getting the optimal solution. But in the worst case scenario, we can say that the best first search is not a complete, not a optimal. In the worst case scenario, because suppose you can apply the DFS. Suppose I am applying the BFS, so I can get a solution, but you can apply the DFS, you cannot get a solution. So in the worst case scenario, we can say that best first search is not optimal, not a complete. Okay, so when it can be complete and optimal, when can go for the BFS. Okay, it can be optimal and it can be complete. So I can word using can be, because here we are going to use a heuristic function. Now see, here we can use the heuristic function. Heuristic, or we can say that heuristic value. So the thing is that heuristic value. So now when we can apply the best first search, when we apply the best first search, so we can heuristic values given. That means each and every node having the heuristic value. Okay, suppose node A having the heuristic value A equal to 5, B equal to 6, C equal to 9, D equal to 1, F equal to 5, G equal to suppose 6, and K equal to suppose 1. Like so, suppose this one is the goal state, so K equal to 0. So heuristic value of goal state is 0. Now see, the heuristic value is given, so path cost is given like this one. So now see, when we can explore this one, so it can be explored. Suppose I can apply the BFS. Okay, I can apply BFS. This is not a best first search. I can go for the best first search. Okay, the technique apply on the best first search is DFS and BFS. Okay, don't be confused here. Little bit confusing, but here I can apply label order. label of traversal. So I can explore like this one, like this one, like this one, and like this one. Okay. So suppose I can apply breadth first search A. So I can explore A, then B, then C. Okay. These all are open. It cannot be closed. So open A, B, and C. Now see. So after there is a path cost of 2, there is a path cost of 1, there is a path cost of like this one. Path cost is given. So in best first search, you forget about the path cost. We can see the heuristic value. So heuristic value of B equal to what is the given? 6, and heuristic value of C equal to 9. So in best first search, only search with the help of heuristic value. So which heuristic value is the minimum, it can go for that side. So it can be searched in the B side. It can be not searched in the C side. That means C will be closed. C will be closed. Understand? We can see only the heuristic value and then we can search. Which heuristic value is minimum, then we can go for the that side and explore that one. Again we can reach the B, then again we can reach the B. So in that place, A and C are the closed. Now B is alive. So again we can reach B and E. Now see, when we can arrange a queue. Now suppose you are using the DFS, so breadth first search. That means you are using the queue data structure. So in that scenario, what we have to do, so how can fill up this one? So there is a chance of you can fill in, suppose sir, you can say, sir, I can fill like this one. I can fill like this one. Okay, IDE. Someone said, sir, I can fill like this one. B, ED. Yes or no? This is the possibility now. But here one condition, we can fill the queue on the basis of minimum heuristic value. So now see, what is the heuristic value of B? 6. What is the heuristic value of D? 1. What is the heuristic value of E? Suppose E is given as a 2. So 2. So in a queue, what happened? So we can put first D, then E, and the B. That facility is not possible in the DFS, breadth first search. Understand how can fill the queue? On the basis of heuristic increasing value. Which value have a minimum value, we can put that one. And reach the goal like this one. So that's why I'm telling you this is not a complete. If heuristic is not a good, that there is no chance to get a solution. There is not complete. Suppose my goal is the K side. Now see, my goal is present at the right hand side, but I can search in the left hand side to reach that goal due to presence of heuristic. So that means whatever I am taking the heuristic, that is the bad heuristic. Okay, that is not a good heuristic. So I cannot get a solution. This best first search is not a complete. Clear? Clear or anyone doubt? Best first search technique is clear or not? I can explain next class same. Don't worry with the more example. So little bit confusing where that is the BFS and BFS. Okay. Anyone doubt? Please tell me. No one doubt? ये ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन एनीवन डाउट? भाई बताओ, नहीं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी, क्योंकि एग्जाम्स के टाइम में आप गलती कर दोगे। चीजें आपको पता होना चाहिए। अगर कोई डाउट है, एनीवन डाउट, देन कैन आस्क मी। एनीवन डाउट प्लीज? तो ये समझ में आ गया कि अगर हम बात करें, अगर कोई पूछे डिफरेंस बिटवीन बीएफएस, ब्रेथ फर्स्ट सर्च, एंड डिफरेंस बिटवीन बेस्ट फर्स्ट सर्च, क्या डिफरेंस क्या है? तो हम वही कर रहे हैं ना। We can search our tree as a level order, both cases. But in best first search, we can search on the basis of heuristic. In the breadth first search, you cannot search on the basis of it. One you can explore, then again you can explore. Each and every node have an equal chance, but each and every node is a not equal chance because the heuristic is given. Okay, so there is a possibility. And BFS, breadth first search, is the optimal and complete, but best first search is not the optimal and complete. अगर हम बेस्ट की बात करें, यूनिफॉर्म सर्च में बेस्ट, दैट इज द ग्रीडी. ओके, समटाइम्स इट्स कॉल्ड द ग्रीडी एल्गोरिथम आल्सो. यूनिफॉर्म सर्च दैट इज कॉल्ड ग्रीडी एल्गोरिथम आल्सो. सो देयर इज अ नो गारंटी, यहाँ पे कोई चांस ही नहीं है कि आपको बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा या ऑप्टिमल मिलेगा कि नहीं. बट इन breadth first search there is a guarantee of optimal and completeness. Okay, now suppose I am talking about the time complexity, the same as a breadth first search, like a order of b ka power m. That means the b is a branching factor and m is the maximum limit of depth where you can travel. And same time complexity, same order of b ka power m, and space complexity order of b cross m. Whatever level I can travel, that is the. And if talking about the completeness, no complete, no optimal. So these things. So lot of materials available on internet. Search on uniform search, you can get a different idea how to search other things. And basically go for the difference between uniform search and uniform search. At the last of this topic, uniform search, I can go for the uniform search and uniform search. Then Friday class, that is a tutorial class, we can discuss all the concepts again. So we can revise all the time. Okay, so that is the benefit. Okay, so anyone doubt? No doubt. So today is the lab which batch?